Hi guys, my name is Meads. This is going to be a review for Robot Spirit's Full Armor Gundam Mark II. Now this is really nice. It's a Verka, meaning it will have a nice matte finish. On top of that, pre-applied decals. And also, it's a P-Banda exclusive. And the sad part is, it's quite expensive. Yeah, unfortunately. Now another story on this one, I just want to kind of add this in for the intro. I missed out on pre-order on this one when they've announced it. I usually order this through either Tatsu Hobby or Nippon Yasan for my P-Bandai stuff. They're all sold out on pre-order, unfortunately. And I asked around, and on our Facebook group, there's a Robot Damashii collectors group there. One of the members, which is a really nice guy, I've talked to him several times. I've yet to meet the guy in person. But Vic mentioned that he's getting his through eBay. Now, I'm not too fond of eBay because you get mixed bag, unless, of course, you get recommendations from people, which Vic reassured me that he bought from this person, and he was happy with the service, hence why I got it through there. Yeah, you just don't know through eBay. Yeah, with the reassurance, I went ahead and grabbed it, and to my surprise, I actually got it quite early. I thought it's gonna be another week, but here it is. And I'd like to thank Vic, and I will post his YouTube channel down below. He does an awesome work. He's actually a great customizer of Robot Damashii. He does awesome work. Right, so getting back to this, here's the box art. Quite nice. It's one of those low packages. On the back side here we go. Quite nice. You know, you got all this jargons here on the side here. I just quickly go over the box. Then you got your shipper box here. You know, it's pretty much, that's what it is. Anyways, let's take a look inside. Alright, so inside we have this, and it's actually nicely laid out. I like it because you have your Gundam Mark II here. You have all the armors. You have the chest, the shoulder, the side skirt, the leg, and the feet, and also the forearm here from the left and right side. And as you go through the instructions on how to put it on, it's just fairly easy to locate where things are and slap it on to the Mark II. Yeah, quite great. And there's a lot of accessories here. We got the rifle, bazooka, the shields. So you can have your normal Mark II. Kind of like this one, plus all those, and then you have the full armor, and it's really nice. It's a nice accessories, and yeah, I just want to quickly go over that, and let's take a look at Gundam Mark II. Alright, so let's do a side-by-side comparison with the regular release right here and the Verka. Now, aside from the decals, the molding is actually different from several parts of it, which is quite nice. And this regular release Mark II has a lot of things lacking, and with the new mold, you know, it's great. Now there's a lot to cover, but let's start with the head here. Now the first thing I've noticed, the head on the Verka, it's a little bit more fuller, or it's more rounder than this one. The V-fin is also different. The regular really has a longer one, while the full armor version has it's a bit shorter. Yeah. And moving on, even the chest sculpt, it's a bit different. The chest here is a bit bigger, like on the vents here. This one is, yeah, it's still really different. You know, quite surprisingly, even the shoulder, how it is, this one, it's a bit different as well. You have that peg connections on top. This one doesn't. Actually, kind of wonder if this is kind of like the same as the Barzam. The backpack here, it's different as well. Yeah, it's nice. Beam saber hilts. This one is actually a bit longer than this one here. Now for the arm, yep, even that, the shoulder pad here, it's a bit different. It's actually a little bit more plainer here for the full armor. This one has a bit of indentations there. Now for the arm here, different as well. This one is a bit more pronounced on the back side. The normal release is it's a bit more simpler. The back skirt here, same thing. It's different. This one seems to be a little bit smaller, and yeah, actually the skirt area, it's different. This one, it's a little bit too bigger, and it kind of sticks out. But this one, they've trimmed it down. It's a lot nicer in that waist area, so that's definitely a plus. And going to the legs, yeah, same thing with the legs. It's different. This is bigger. Yeah, it looks a little bit more chunkier too. Like there's more with this version. And even on the ankle area here, you have the pistons, but it's not the functional piston. It just kind of sticks out there. You know, there's nothing underneath. This one, it's nothing there. Yeah, none at all. So that it's nice. Even the other side, it's different. So definitely a step up from this. Now I didn't put the Vulcan or the head Vulcans here, but this is the version right here. Even then, that's different in terms of design right here. So yeah, this one is a bit bigger. Quite nice. Right, so that's pretty much it for the difference. It's basically you're getting a new Mark II mold on this one. Alright, then let's go over articulation. Alright, so for articulation, let's start with the head here, or the neck. You got some rotation there. I gotta be a little cautious since you know, it's a pre-painted figure, and there are just things that you don't want to be hitting. It's a bit limited, especially trying to clear that color. There we go. And for the eyes, see if we can shine some light here. Got that nice metallic color there, but it's kind of hard to see. And unfortunately, you only get one V-fin, so be careful. There are times where you have to kind of pop that off to pull the head. Actually, part of the, when you put the armor on, you gotta pull the head off. So yeah, I'll show that in a bit. Now we got the shoulder. It can go up like this. And let's see here. There's another joint there to rotate the arm. There we go. Quite nice. You got your bicep swivel. You got your elbow bend. Nice 180. And you got your wrist articulation right there. Now for the torso, let's see what we got. You got a little bit of up crunch. Just a little bit, not too much. And the great thing about this one, you can remove this. And that's great. I've wanted this to be detachable. Yeah, just in case you want to replace the backpack or mod it or something. The regular release, it's stuck there. I wonder if it's just glued in place. But yeah, there's a torso. Now you got your side skirt, which you can move up here. Front skirt. This one's a bit stuck, but I gotta be a little bit cautious again, because once you move this up, it's kind of hitting the side skirt, and there's some decals there, like that circular part right there. Back skirt right here, and I believe there's a hatch here, which I haven't opened yet, but that's for the bazooka. Yeah, and there's a gray piece there, and that's where you kind of want to open it, but I'm just afraid of scratching the paint. So I'll just leave it there. Moving on, we have the knee bend here. Seems like the whole knee on that. It's kind of weird. It has some looks like a joint there. No, but this thing is not gonna detach, I think. But you get that much bend there. And I don't think this moves. Nope. You got your ankle articulation. It's in a ball joint right there. And then you got your shin guard. It's a bit stiff, but you can get some. You have the heel articulation. Yeah. Overall, it's decent, but they're just certain parts that I wish it could be a lot easier to move, but there's the paint. Anyways, that's pretty much it for articulation. Alright, so next part, we got the accessories here. So obviously, this is the one that's the Verka with the decals there. Nicely painted. It's not that different from the normal release right here, but that's nice that the handle is gray as opposed to that color right there. And it's actually a little bit bigger. Yeah, so this one is different. Even the ammo pack, it's a little different. You got 2 pegs there for the Verka. This one, you have those elongated ones, so you cannot use the ammo pack of this. But you get plenty. You got 2 more which you can install on the shield, which is right here. And this one kind of separated on me. There we go. So the 2 shields right here, and actually, let me see. Okay. Alright, so this one is attached through on the eyepiece right here, or where you kind of look into. So that's kind of how you fold that in. Otherwise, the normal release one kind of slides over with 2 pegs, and it just goes to this, which I kind of prefer it this way as opposed to putting on there. On top of that, this one just mounts on to the forearm. This one's, it mounts on it, plus you have this handle here, which is actually great. I think I kind of like this one more, having that versatility, and you have that hinge there, or swivel point, and you can put your ammo pack right there on the top part of the shield. I think that's it. Other than the bazooka, let's just quickly look at this. I don't have the regular bazooka, but something tells me it's fairly the same. You have your movable handle here. You have this. I think this is detachable, which it should be. There we go. This, you only get one on this set. But yeah, really nice details. And that's pretty much it for the basic weapons. I mean, other than the effect parts for the beam saber hilts, which you get 2 of each. There we go. Alright, I'm gonna be a little lazy here. So for the hands, we have the closed fist for the beam sabers, 3 finger hands for the rifles, and the bazooka, relaxed hand, and well, I guess some kind of pose. So there you go. That's the pair of hands, a total of 5. Alright, so these are a few connectors that I'm just going to quickly go over. I'm just going to go over the instructions here. You got this white piece here. You have another one so you can have him onto his belly. That might be for the Super Gundam. I'm not entirely sure. You have this connector piece right here as well. And I remember this from the AGP Mark II. You have 2 of these. And you can have a mounting point on the backside if you have this part here. Again, sold separately, as mentioned there. I think for this review, it's not really needed to go over those unless I'm attaching, but that's probably for a separate video. Alright, so let's go over transformation, or just turning this into the full armor. Now, there's a bit of a disassembly that's kind of required. It's mostly for the head and the backpack here. And let's do it. So first thing we gotta do is remove this V-fin just for safety, and we just don't want to break it. I typically kind of just wiggle it here. There's really no easy way to pop this out, so just take your time, wiggle it till it pops off, and just set this safely somewhere. And we have the head here, and we're just gonna pop that off. Nice and easy. There we go. Alright. Now for this, we can attach the kind of like the Vulcans, but this is a bit different. As you can see here, let's see, where's the other one here. I just got it somewhere. So just the difference. Let me put this on. So we're just gonna attach this one on each side. There we go. Make sure it's all the way in. Same thing on the other side here. And that should just attach on the back side. There we go. So this is a little smaller, a little bit more snug. There we go. And we're just gonna set this aside. Now next part is the chest here. So for the chest, I think that it's best to just remove the backpack while we're at it. There we go. So we're gonna put the front part right here. It's kind of interesting how the vents are onto the side now. So for this one, actually, there is a tab right there which goes in between or just on top of that red. And it just slides in. Then you kind of just press on it. And there you go. Next part is this top part here. Kind of goes over the top part of the collar or something. What I'm trying to say. The top part of the torso. Now on this one, there seems to be kind of like a hook here and a tab on the back side. And yeah, it's a bit of a weird way of putting this on, but you kind of just want to put this on here like that. Then on the back side, you want to just kind of clear over it. There we go. Snaps in. And kind of holds everything together for the torso, which is great. Alright, now this is for the backpack, and we gotta remove this part here, which could be a little troublesome to take out, but there's a little tab. You just pop this out here. Then this part here, there's a square peg on top there, and there's another tab that goes here. Just kind of slide that in and just kind of just push it in. Seems like it's like a coolant from what it looks like. I could be wrong, but there you go. And this has some articulation as well. I don't think the trousers are fixed. Alright, so for the next part, I'm just gonna swap this right hand here. Might as well do it now. There we go. And we're just gonna have to walk with the trigger finger. And you just need it for the right hand. You can replace this with something else since it's not holding anything here. Yeah, so there we go. I'm gonna go in a different order. I just find that certain things stays in there as opposed to other parts. And you'll see that in a bit. So let's attach the soles here. Now I find that you gotta kind of angle it here, and there's kind of like peg there, like teeth that goes in front of the foot, and there's a tab on the back side. There we go. Same thing with this. It just kind of pegs in place. There we go. Same thing on the other side here. We're just gonna slide it in this way. Same thing with this here. So even that sole, they have decals in there and painted. That's a nice touch. Moving on. Alright, so this part we can attach the shoulder armor here. Now this one has that square peg on top, or rectangular actually, but sometimes it stays, sometimes it doesn't. And when you press this on, I'm kind of afraid that it might scratch that decal on top of the shoulder. Yeah, so just be careful. I find that if you put this up here, you kind of have a little bit more weight to hold it. There we go. You kind of just press it down. Then I just push it back here. It's nice, the details. You got that fin. Really cool. Let's do the same thing on the other side here. So just kind of pull it up. That way you have a little bit more room for your thumb to press it down. There we go. And now we got the shoulder. Now the next part is, I'm gonna just put the front skirt here, or your crotch protector. So this just kind of slides in on that. And yeah, I think that's pretty much it. So we're just gonna push this in here. There we go. I mean, there's a hinge there, so you can move it back and forth, especially we're gonna put in the side skirt. Now for the side skirt, alright, so for the side skirt, you got this one here. Then you have this connecting pipe that goes to the leg armor. Now on this one, it's actually labeled L1, L2. It's kind of engraved. So this one with a rectangular part near the peg connection, that's the top part, and it goes like this one here. That's on the back side or the inside part. Then you grab this one, connects to that joint right there. There we go. And it becomes a one piece. Now you're just gonna attach this to the side. Now I find that this doesn't really give you much give. I mean, you got ball joint on both ends, but I mean, you might get a little bit of twist here and there, but it doesn't really give you much give with other things, which you'll see in a bit. So there's a square peg that kind of goes here on the side skirt. Now for the bottom part, there's clips on top here that goes over, or kind of hooks into that shoulder, and another clip that kind of hooks in underneath, and you basically kind of just push it in. But at the same time, you're kind of playing around with this joint here. There we go. And once you put that on, this side skirt kind of just gets pushed away. So it's a matter of kind of just playing around with it, getting it the right angle, and hopefully it stays. Yeah, there we go. It's gonna get popped off again. Anyways, moving on, let's do the other side here. Same way, we're just gonna attach it this peg here. It's labeled R1 and R2. There we go. And at this point, it basically becomes a brick. It's probably better to hook onto the leg first before you mess around with the side skirt, because it gets popped off again. And there you go. Yeah, as you move this around, the side skirt keeps getting popped off because of you're just getting pushed by this connection here on the bottom. But if you just have the normal stance here, it's fine. Alright, so time to add more stuff. Let's go with the forearm. Alright, so let's go with the right here. And you open this up. You have the handle here. You got a peg connection there. And that's pretty much how you're going to put it on. You just slide this in. And it's one of those you gotta have to take your time as well. It's not going in. And you got so many things going on there. Just hope you don't knock them off while you're trying to push this in. Yeah, you may have to open up that hand there. Let me do it off camera. Alright, so I managed to put it on there. You kind of have to put it in a certain angle, but there it is. I'm just going to go ahead and close this in. There we go. And you have this. It's kind of like your full armor Gundam or the perfect Gundam, the double barrel. It's quite nice. There's two tabs there. You can probably put it this way, or if you have two, you got peg on both sides. And something tells me if you get two of this, you can put the other one on the other side. Yeah, actually that would have been great if you have two, but again, considering this is a P Bandai, that's gonna be expensive. Anyways, I'm just gonna peg this in here, and there you go. We're almost there. Let's attach the shield. Alright, so this is the full armor shield. Has some nice decals on it. FA 178. This is the back side or the inside part. Now this is kind of clipped onto that, but before we do that, we have this, which is kind of ammo pack for the rifle. We're just gonna attach it here. So there we go. You might want to give a little bit of clearance down there just in case you want to pop them off. Then on top of that, you grab your rifle here and you can basically mount this on here. Kind of goes to the handle and the trigger finger area right there, and you just kind of push this in. It's gonna be held by friction. Now the instruction says to remove this ammo pack because it doesn't actually go all the way in, but I kind of find it odd. I kind of wish they kind of just make a spacer, kind of like what they did here for the scope, but we may have to do that here just to, there we go. So that's kind of how it is, but from the front part, it's like, it's odd. And if you want to use this to shoot, there's no ammo pack there. Anyways, that's that. Then this just kind of clips on here. Now as you clip this on, the shoulder will probably pop off. So you probably want to just take out the shoulder, or attach this first on the shoulder before you put on. It just kind of slides in and just kind of clips on. There's a ball joint there. You can now rotate this around. There we go, and here we go again with the shoulder. Gonna move that up, press this in. I just wish that peg connection, they put another one for just to have a better grip, or just make it longer, or just have a better connection. But I mean, if you don't disturb it, it'll be fine. Just that when you move it a lot, it'll pop off. And I think we're almost there. So other than that, we just have to pop on the head, the backpack, and oh, actually, I forgot the left side. So the left side is just this. This will just mount here. If I can mount this here, hopefully I'm putting it correctly. No, it's actually this way. There we go. So that's that, and it keeps popping up. Anyways, let's take that off first. Let's pop the head back in. There we go. It's snug there. Then actually, for the beefing, let's do that last. Let me reattach the shoulder and everything, and continue on with the review. And there you have it. Now, articulation, once you are in the full armor, it's a brick. Like I mentioned before, there's not much. I mean, you can move around the shoulder and the elbows, but anything downward, since you have that joint there, I mean, they did show it on the back side where you can bend the knee. Let me just see if I can do that here in this demonstration. So again, you can move this around, which is great. But for this, as you kind of flex this, I mean, you have the ball joint. I mean, you get that much bend, but this will start popping off, and you gotta put it back in. And you can probably move it to the side like that. But yeah. It looks a bit weird. I mean, you can kind of do it, but this thing just popped off. Now, what you could do is just remove that. And actually, I would suggest to do that. So let's pop this whole thing off. There we go. And just basically remove this pipes here. It's not really needed. I mean, it's nice, but yeah, if you want the articulation, yeah, we don't need it. So this kind of goes back here. There we go. And this thing kind of clips back here again. And I mean, this thing is still gonna pop out. There's not enough clearance onto the waist there as you move this side skirt. So I mean, at the most you can have that much movement on the side. Obviously, you cannot move this forward, but now you can have the knee. You can have more articulation on that, being separate like that. Yeah, it's just gonna be your call if you wanna have that. All right, so removing that pipe does quite help out with articulation, especially on the knee right there. But in terms of action pose, this is probably as far as we can, yeah, we can do. It's not much. I mean, it is, it's a full armor. It's kind of like the full armor double Zeta. It becomes a brick. But nonetheless, it looks great. I like the design of the armor. Definitely, it's something that to consider if you're a big fan of Robot Damashii. This is probably something that you want in your collection. You just gotta clear that $120 price tag, or even more when you include the shipping or the aftermarket price. It's too expensive. And I kind of want it too. I want to, because you can technically mount the other shield on the other side and have a double barrel onto this side, because this seems to be interchangeable. That would be awesome. That would be great, but this is something that you just can't buy multiples of. You can, but that's a lot of money, and you can rather use that money for something else. Like the upcoming Armor Girls project, Full Armor Mark II. They are actually coming out with that as well. I have the Titans one, so we'll see how that turns out, and maybe I can just borrow some stuff from the AGP and put it here. We'll see. Hopefully we can do that. Anyways, that's about it for this review. Hope you guys like it. If you got questions, let me know. But definitely, this is something to consider if you're a big fan of Robot Damashii. But just be wary of the price tag. Anyways, that's about it. So until then, this is Meads. Thanks for watching.